So today we are going to see meiosis. Last time we have seen mitosis in detail, all 5 figures. Then in meiosis there are two phases, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. First thing, meiosis is a reductional division. That is, in meiosis the chromosomes they duplicate only once, but the cell divides twice, and therefore the number of 4 haploid cells are formed. In mitosis we have seen the chromosomes number is retained, and thus in mitosis we have 2 daughter cells formed, that we have seen. Now in meiosis 1 there are again 4 phases: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. But in prophase 1 again there are 5 stages, which are gyptotene, zygotene, pachytene and diplotene diakensis. Followed? So these are the 5 stages in prophase 1 of meiosis 1 that we are going to see. Followed? So first what happens is, the phase known as in meiosis 1 is the gyptotene. In gyptotene only the condensation of chromosomes occurs and they become compact. That is the thing happens in gyptotene. Followed? Only the condensation of chromosomes. Whenever the cell is not in the dividing stage, always the chromatin material is in the form of bunch of thread like fibers, that is chromatin network. They are not in the organized manner. Followed? So whenever the division starts, then the chromosomes formation or organization of chromosome occurs. And before this prophase always there is a phase known as interphase, which is a preparatory phase for the cell division. So in gyptotene first again the condensation of chromosome starts and they become compact. That is the first thing happen. Now what happens in zygotene is, there is a pairing of homologous chromosome. I have written over here a homologous pair of chromosomes. So what are homologous chromosomes? These are having same genetic material, they are having same length, as well as they are having same morphological structure, genetical structure. One chromosome is maternal, that is coming from mother, and another is paternal, that is coming from father. So that homologous chromosome, that pairing occurs of the chromosomes, and that is known as synapsis, and they form a synaptonemal complex. They form synaptonemal complex. I have written over here synaptonemal complex. Followed? So this complex, it holds the chromosome in place at the time of pairing. So that is the function of synaptoneal complex. Now at the same time, each chromosome's chromatid divide and a tetrad or a bivalent is formed. At the same time, the chromatid of each homologous chromosome divide and there is a formation of tetrad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have drawn one chromosome with a which is not dark and one which is dark. I have shown, and that is one is from maternal and one is paternal. That I have to show the difference. In books they have shown it by shading, but I have shown like this. So this pairing is known as synapsis. They form a synaptoneal complex, synaptonemal complex, which hold these chromosomes, homologous chromosome in place, and afterwards each chromatid of homologous chromosome divide to form a tetrad or a bivalent. Followed? Then in packeting, a very important step which is not occurring in mitosis, and thus we don't have any genetic variation in mitotic division. Here there is a crossing over of, I have written here, crossing over of homologous chromosomes. So there is a crossing over. One I have drawn dark, this is centromere, and one I have not made dark. Followed? And nucleolus starts disappearing, and there is a crossing over of homologous chromosomes, and thus what happens in packeting? The genetic recombination, that is a very important step, happens in the packeting stage, and the homologous chromosome, they remain in pair, still in the pair at the site of crossing over. So that is what happening in packaging. So packaging is very important. Crossing over of homologous chromosomes followed crossing over of non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes occurs, due to which exchange of genetic material, recombination of genetic material occurs in this, and the chromosome still remains in pair at the time of at the place of crossing over. Then in diplotin, what happens during diplotin, the synaptomial complex it dissolves totally, and in diplotin the homologous chromosomes of the bivalent they get separated from each other. The chromatids of the homologous chromosome they get separated from each other except at the point that is known as chiasmata. This is the point where they look like a X figure. So this is one arm, this is one arm. So this is known as chiasmata or chiasma. Followed? So that is the chiasma formation occurs, which is a crossing over which happens in diplotin, and in diakensis, which is the last phase of prophase 1 of meiosis 1. In this, the nuclear membrane breaks, nucleolus totally disappears. Here it starts disappearing in packaging only. It totally gets lost, and there is a formation of appearance of kinetic spindle appears in this, and the spindle fiber originate, and there is a crossover of the homologous chromosome. Now they separate from each other. Followed? So these are the 5 steps that we have to remember in the these are the 5 steps that you have to remember in meiosis 1, prophase 1, liptotin, zygotin, packaging, diplotin and diakensis. Followed? So these steps are not given in detail in your book. The figures are also not clear. So I have taken the figure from some other book, and after this we have done this prophase 1. We have to take metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Then we have to consider meiosis 2, in which again we are going to consider prophase 2, anaphase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. But these are not described in detail, and now I have no space for drawing diagram. That's why I will take in next lecture. But before that, we will see page number 20. Try this, they have given. Middle part I will take in next lecture. What is remaining now? Metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, that is remaining, and prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. But this second division is just like a mitosis, so nothing new to see in that. Followed? So that I will take afterwards. But try this, they have given on page number 20. Apparatus, try this, I am reading on page number 20. Conical flask, glass slides, cover slip, forceps, compound microscope, watch glass, etc. Material, a medium sized onion, iodine solution, etc. So they have given the procedure. Take a medium sized onion, keep it in a conical flask, fill it with water in a such a way that the roots of onion will be in contact with water. Observe the roots of onion for 4 to 5 days. Cut the tips of the roots, put them on watch glass, pour some iodine drops, take one of the root tip on the glass slide and press it with the help of forceps, and add 1 to 2 drops of water. Place cover slip so that there will be no air bubble. Observe the prepared glass slide under microscope. So we can see the various phases of cell division occurring in root tips of the onion, which are shown in the following figures. Phases of mitosis in onion root tip that they have shown. Now first use your brain power. We are going to see what do you mean by diploid cell. The cell with 2 sets of chromosomes, or cell in which chromosome number is double, which is denoted by 2n, is known as the diploid cell. The cell having 2 sets of chromosome, or a cell in which the chromosome number is double, is called the diploid cell. For example, in human being, 46 is the normal chromosome number, which is a diploid. What do you mean by haploid cell or N cell? When the cell has 1 set of chromosome, it is said to be the haploid cell, and for human being, if it is considered, haploid has 23. Then what do you mean by homologous chromosomes? Just now I have told you the homologous chromosomes are the chromosomes which are genetically and morphologically similar. From them, one is maternal, another is paternal. Maternal means from mother, paternal is from father, and they are present in the diploid cells. They are known as homologous chromosomes. Whether the gametes are diploid or haploid, definitely the gametes are haploid. Why? Because these gametes are formed from the zygote, which is a diploid one, and that zygote undergoes reduction division, which gives rise to gametes, and definitely the gametes are haploid, having n chromosomes, that is one set of chromosomes. Followed. How are the haploid cell forms? From diploid cell, which undergoes meiotic division, the haploid cells with one set of chromosomes are formed. Followed. So first thing, mitotic division is equational division, that is number of chromosomes remains same, while meiotic division is a reduction division, that is though the number of cells are formed are 4, all are haploid cell. That is the important difference between mitosis and meiosis. So whenever the diploid cell undergo meiotic division, then there is a reduction division and haploid cells are formed. What is the importance of haploid cells? When these haploid cells they unite with each other or fuse with each other, then they form the diploid zygote, which is having two sets of chromosomes, and thus the number of chromosomes is restored or maintained in the species despite of the fusion of the gametes. Though the fusion occurs, then the number of chromosomes will be remaining constant. That is the importance of haploid cells. Now I will come to the exercise, fill in the blanks and explain the statement. After complete oxidation of glucose, molecules dash 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 number of ATP molecules are formed. How many ATP molecules are formed? 38. At the end of glycolysis, molecules are obtained. Glycolysis end, what are formed? Acetyl coenzyme A. Genetic recombination occurring packaging phase of prophase of meiosis 1. All chromosomes. So after complete oxidation of glucose, molecules of carbon dioxide, water and 38 number of ATP molecules are formed. That also they have given 3, fill in the blank. So carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATP molecules are formed. That also can be the answer for the first fill in the blank. For formation of plasma membrane, the phospholipid molecules are necessary. Our muscle cells perform dash type of respiration during exercise, anaerobic type of respiration during exercise. Then definition, if they are given directly in the textbook, you use them as it is, but if they are not given directly in the book, you can take them from the reference book. Distinguish between glycolysis, TCA cycle, mitosis, meiosis, aerobic, anaerobic respiration, they have given in detail, and I have also described them some points. You can take them from the reference book because each we have studied in detail. Then answer in detail, give reasons, I will tell afterwards. Answer in detail, explain the glycolysis in detail. So glycolysis they have given in detail, but after completion of glycolysis, you write that in a like this. Here you get from glucose on oxidation, you write like a chart or a cycle you can write. In glycolysis, after completion of all statement, you write like this. Glucose on oxidation, what 3 things we get? 2 ATP, then 2 pyruvic acid, and the third thing that we get is 2 NADH2. Now from this 2 pyruvic acid, again we get acetyl coenzyme A, then 2 carbon dioxide and 2 NADH2. So glucose, after completion of this writing of this question in statement, you write like this. Glucose on oxidation, we get 2 pyruvic acid, 2 ATP, 2 NADH2. From 2 pyruvic acid, we get 2 acetyl coenzyme A, and then we get 2 NADH2 and 2 carbon dioxide. Followed? So that additional thing you should write. With the help of suitable diagram, explain mitosis. I have taken with the help of suitable diagram, explain 5 stages of prophase 1 of meiosis. So I have shown you the diagram. You can refer to digest. Everything is given in detail in digest. From that only I have taken you the explanation. how all the life processes contribute to the growth and the development of the body. Page number 12, first paragraph. They have given the heading living organisms and life processes. That first paragraph you use for writing the answer to this question. Explain the Krebs cycle that they have given in detail. But before that you should write why it is known as Krebs cycle, who invented that, why the name is given like that. Now fifth question they have given, how energy is formed from oxidation of carbohydrate, fats and proteins. Correct the diagram given below. So here they have given the diagram. You come to the bottom rectangles. They have given on the right hand side fats, proteins. Between that you write carbohydrate. Instead of Krebs cycle you write carbohydrate. Then and on lipid you, from proteins we get amino acid. So after protein the arrow upward you write in that column, instead of lipid amino acid. Above fats, instead of amino acid you write fatty acids. Then both the arrow upward acetyl coenzyme A. After glycolysis there is an empty rectangle, in that you write pyruvic acid. Then after acetyl coenzyme A they have given the empty rectangle, then write their Krebs cycles, and after that you write carbon dioxide, water and energy instead of pyruvic acid. Followed? So that is how you have to correct the diagram. First middle carbohydrate, then right and left above that protein, above amino acid, fatty acid, acetyl coenzyme already written, in between that you have to write below acetyl coenzyme and pyruvic acid, Krebs cycle, and then carbon dioxide, water and energy. That is how you have to correct. Now give reasons and the remaining part of this meiosis 2 and metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1 I will take in next part.